Welcome back, everybody, to IGN Live at E3 2016. I'm Max, and I'm here with Randy from Impulse Gear. You are the guys behind Farpoint, which is a brand new PSVR game in which you shoot spiders on Mars. What's that you're holding?
So what I'm holding here is called the PSVR aim controller. It's a new peripheral that Sony's created to give you one-to-one motion inside of Farpoint.
And so Farpoint is your baby. You've been working on that, but you guys have been kind of developing this peripheral and the game simultaneously?
Yeah, so Sony's been developing the peripheral. It's a platform peripheral. We've been giving them kind of tips as we've been working with it and things that we'd like to see adjusted just to make the ergonomics as good as possible for playing this type of game. Okay.
Well, this is definitely like one of the most kind of like low-key surprises of the show. I first saw this when they unrolled a banner on the side of the West Hall. Was it in your trailer for the game, or was that all just in game?
All just in game. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's pull some of that up here. We can talk a little bit about that. So this is Farpoint is a game in which you're in outer space in VR, and you got a gun, and there's some aliens, but there's more to it than that. Can you talk a little bit about the story?
Yeah, I can. So the character that you're playing in Farpoint is actually a space pilot who's going to pick up his team who is studying an anomaly out in space. They're stationed on a space station called the Pilgrim, and they're trying to find a source for limitless energy. So your job as the pilot at the beginning of Farpoint is to pick up your colleagues Grant and Eva, who are moving and trying to go home. Basically, they're done with their shift. They're moving out. When you go into dock and pick them up, and the anomaly ruptures. So when the anomaly ruptures, you get pulled in to a wormhole, and it places you down on this planet here. So then in Farpoint, your mission is to try to follow through the footsteps of Grant and Eva, and you're trying to find them throughout the planet. So you'll pick up a data recorder early on, and this kind of allows you to see holograms of their presence in the world.
Gotcha. So this is immersive VR storytelling. This is Lost in Space, but, for a new generation with no stupid robot. What are the little? Are they spiders? Are they aliens? Like, what's the?
Yeah, they're kind of alien spiders. They're the fauna of the planet. So these are the creatures that inhabit the planet. We also do have another type of creature that you'll find later in the game that we did show in the trailer. These are kind of scavenging robot type characters. They're stranded on the planet just like you are, so they're finding other pieces of wreckage that have been found, and they're trying to find their own way off the planet.
Now, obviously, developing a game for VR is different from just developing a game. How do you find you approach storytelling differently when you've got something on someone's head,
Well, some of the biggest things that are really important are, like, facial animation when looking at another character is extremely impactful in VR. So we put a lot of effort into making sure that when you're looking at another character, it really feels like you're there in the world with them and they're talking to you.
What are the challenges in terms of like just not really terrifying the player? Because this is like scary subject matter. You're lost. You're in the wild. You do have a gun, which is a nice change of pace from some games where they're just like, hey, screw you, player. But like it's immersive. Like it is. Yeah.
Yes. So we try to control our moments where we do certain things like try to make a player experience heights when walking along a cliff, which we're showing in our E3 demo here. We do it in a way where you typically aren't in fierce combat, so you're able to kind of you're able to see your surroundings and take it in one thing at a time. With our enemy types, there's a balance between making something that isn't extremely terrifying. Some people that have problems with spiders have kind of screamed when playing or something. Luckily, we equip you with a gun so you can take them out.
Yeah. See, I'm terrifically arachnophobic, and I think I made some weird noises watching this demo press show. But having a gun is very reassuring in space. What's the playtime like? Because obviously, don't give the whole thing away, but like, time flies when you're having fun in VR.
So we're trying to figure out what a core game length is for this type of experience in VR. We're trying to deliver a full narrative experience as well as a great gameplay experience, and we're ending up right now looking at the 4+ hour range for the campaign.
Okay, that seems pretty reasonable. We've got a machine gun here. Are there other weapons that you kind of acquire throughout?
Yeah, so there are. We're only showing 2 of them today. So there's the assault rifle, which is the one we're using here. That one has a holographic sight that you can actually pick up the PSVR aim controller and look through, allowing you to get really precise aiming. In our demo on the show floor today, we're actually also showing off a shotgun. inside of the world, we try to make it so you have to use the controller to interact and pick up these things in the world. So we place our weapon pickups in a way where they're on the ground or they're somewhere in the environment, and you have to reach out and physically motion as though you're grabbing it.
Okay.
Developing all of the guns for Farpoint, we've made sure to have to match the ergonomics of this type of device. So the hand grips are going to be in a similar position or very similar position. So you really feel that one-to-one even stronger.
Gotcha.
We do have when a player takes their hand off the gun and we'll do something like this, we actually will track when it gets too far away and we'll pull the hand off in the virtual world.
Huh.
So some players have actually been so immersed that when they take their hand off, they'll be like, why isn't my hand coming off of the rifle?
That's a little bit creepy, but I'm into it. Now, obviously, you said the main character's a pilot. Is there any vehicular stuff, or is it all just kind of on the ground?
Everything, all of the gameplay just takes place on the ground. We do have some scenes early on in the entry to the game where you will be inside of a vehicle, but we don't give you any control over it.
Okay. Now, this peripheral, you brought it here, so I'm going to ask questions about it. This is not just exclusive to this game. This is something that is going to be brought out with the PSVR for other games.
Absolutely. So this is a platform peripheral. Other developers are going to be free to be able to use it as well. And we're excited to see what people will do with it.
Okay. And is it specifically for VR use, or could it also be used just for just playing shooters and stuff?
It's designed specifically for VR use, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So thank you so much for joining us. This is really fascinating. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap this up?
No, I mean, I'd really encourage everyone to just get out and try it. What we're showing in the trailer, you don't get across the full experience of what you see when you're actually playing it. It's been amazing watching so many people try our game and just see the reactions when they take it off, because it's something that's totally different when you're watching it versus actually experiencing it.
Yeah, speaking personally, VR does not sell itself well just by watching it on a screen. You kind of have to put something on your face and look a little bit stupid in the process. I'm going to be looking stupid here for the rest of the show, so be sure to tune in. Thank you so much for coming by. This is really cool. Can I see this for a second?
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. That's pretty neat. Anyway, do you have a release date for this?
We don't have a release date yet, but we'll have more information on it soon.
Cool. Well, we will pay close attention to that and keep it right here on IGN.